In fact, most mountain towns are under 2 hours from Denver, and each of these have their own vibe and style. So just to kind of give you a little bit more content here, I'm just gonna rattle off some of my favorite mountain towns and what I think are some of their best benefits or pros. This is the best reasons to go to each of these places. So right off the bat, we'll start off with Silverthorne and Dillon. These are full of lakes. We've got the outlet stores there, so great place to get some discount shopping done, and probably some of the easiest access. I can get to Silverthorne from my house in Denver in under an hour if it's good driving conditions and clear roads. So very close to Denver. And then another one would be Frisco and also Breckenridge. So these are areas that have great food, really central to a lot of different ski areas all around this area, including, as I said, Breckenridge, but also you have access to Keystone, Arapahoe Basin. There's just so much in this Frisco, Breckenridge area. And then next up would be Vail and Beaver Creek. Is a little bit further away, but definitely very iconic. Definitely more of a luxury Colorado feel. A little bit further, so this would be areas that you maybe would want to go for an overnight trip at minimum, but you can still get there in a day. Next up, we've got Winter Park. This is where I grew up skiing. Most of the big ski areas back in the day had their own little ski clubs for kids. At Winter Park, they were called the Eskimos. I was an Eskimo my entire life. I love Winter Park. It also has some of the best mogul skiing in all of Colorado, all of the nation for that matter. Winter Park has a whole second side of the mountain known as Mary Jane, and this is where all the best bumps skiing is. And I'll tell you what, two of my favorites, a run called Outhouse and a run called Drunken Frenchman. Two of these have the longest bump runs that you can imagine. So if you guys aren't that into that yet, maybe don't start on these ones, but some amazing terrain to explore. And next up, we have Estes Park. It's a different part of the mountains, very easily accessible if you live in the Boulder area of Denver. One of the things that I love about Estes Park is that it has a very famous hotel that the movie The Shining featured, a Stephen King horror movie. It's called the Stanley Hotel. Definitely check that out if you guys are in Estes Park. But I also like Estes Park because it's the eastern entrance to Rocky Mountain National Park. It's one of the best national parks that we have in the entire country, and it's available so close to Denver. On the other side of Rocky Mountain National Park, on the western entrance, is another one of my favorite mountain towns, which is Grand Lake. We actually have a cabin up here. I've been going to Grand Lake almost every weekend for over 30 years. It's one of my favorite places in the world. I'm going to share with you guys that special secret hike that I teased earlier. That's actually in this Grand Lake area, so stick around for that. And then two more that I want to share with you guys that aren't quite as close to Denver, so probably more of an overnight or a weekend type excursion. The first one would be Aspen. I actually spent over 14 years living in Aspen. I love this part of the state. So incredible. Probably the prettiest part of the state in my opinion, but also it's the best skiing. You actually have 4 mountains to choose from, and it's a whole different level. So if you haven't been to the Roaring Fork Valley, specifically the Aspen ski resort area, definitely check that area out because it will be unforgettable. And then last but not least, Steamboat. Steamboat is really cool because they're known for having what we call champagne powder. It's a very soft, fluffy type consistency of snow. Really good for powder skiing. Also tons of aspen trees. So you hit the Steamboat area on a good winter day, nice bluebird skies, and you're skiing some of the greatest tree skiing, glade skiing that you can find anywhere in the world. So those are just, again, guys, some of the different mountain town communities that you definitely need to put all of those on your list and check them all off one by one. So those are just a few of the mountain towns that I personally love here in Colorado. If you guys are curious about any of them a little bit more specifically, I'll put my info again down below. Shoot me a message. Even if you're not considering buying or selling a home, I'm just here to help you guys and provide value in any way I can. So if you have any questions, need any tips from a local, reach out. I'd love to connect with you guys.